What is going on, everyone? This is NinjaGeek here, and we got something a little bit different from the usual stuff that I like to post. I like to mix it up here and there, play different games, as some of you may know. So today, I wanted to talk about Gears of War 4, since the beta is going on during the week that I'm recording this, and I got some gameplay for you here. Now, before I start this, I wanted to talk about my previous experiences with Gears of War so that you know where I'm coming from. And before I even start that, I'd like to say that I am a complete noob at Gears of War. I really don't understand how the controls and all that are supposed to work. I kind of picked it up here in Gears of War 4. I used to play a lot of, I think it was the Judgment multiplayer. I played a lot of that during that beta when that happened too. So, I got used to the controls here and there, but I haven't played Gears of War in a long time, and I really just honestly fucking suck at this game. I really do. So, take for what it is about my thoughts about the game, which is what I'm going to be talking about here, my thoughts about Gears of War 4, my expectations. So, I started out, my friend actually told me, Gears of War 1 was a great game, so I think it was one of the free games at the time that this happened, so I was like, alright, I'll download it on the 360, and we played Gears of War 1, and it was, a great game. And I was like, that's pretty interesting. I wanted to get Gears of War 2, so I ended up getting Gears of War 2 because my friend said that it was actually better, he thought, than Gears of War 1. The problem that I had with Gears of War 2 was that apparently just my account could not play it online. Like, every time I would click on the game, it would just, I would get kicked offline. I couldn't get achievements for it. I couldn't play it with anyone. So it was really stupid. I ended up beating that campaign, even though it says I have 0 gamer score for it, to show for it. I ended up beating the campaign, and I felt like it was even better than Gears of War 1. So I got 3 and Judgment together, and 3 was a good campaign. It wasn't bad at all. The multiplayer was pretty good, and Judgment's multiplayer I did not enjoy at all. The beta was fun, but when it came down to the actual multiplayer, it kind of had different controls than the other games in the series, but it kind of stuck with the same formula. When games stick to games like that in their sequels, going back from their prequels and going on to their sequels, and they stick to the core mechanics that Gears of War happen to be, it's good, you know what I'm saying? Like, Call of Duty has the same functionality every year. No matter what they change in it, it still kind of feels like, well, except Advanced Warfare, I'll say that. But usually every year, Call of Duty feels like Call of Duty. Usually every year, Battlefield feels like Battlefield, and so on. So Gears of War feels like Gears of War every single year. So that's my past. I wasn't really interested in the Gears of War story, or not the story, the multiplayer for Gears of War. I wasn't really all that into it, like amazingly into it. Like, a lot of people out there probably experienced players way better than I am. But anyway, so the Gears 4 beta recently came out, like I said, and I was like, alright, I'll give this a try. It's free, why not, for a week. Open beta to all Xbox Live players, so I was playing it, and I honestly had high expectations for it. Coming from, somebody playing Gears of War 3 online and then playing Gears of War Judgment online, I thought that this game would have something, better. And I understand that, to the Gears of War community, they want the game to be how it is, so there's no mini-map, there's no hit markers, the numbers are really small when you kill someone. I just don't enjoy that, and that is what exactly it is in Gears of War 4. The only noticeable difference that I got right out of the gate that I got with this beta was the fact that the graphics are outstanding and it's an amazing frame rate. That's it. That's the only good thing that really stuck out to me about this game. Other than that, the shotgun, the Gnasher, that thing is way overpowered. I don't remember how it was exactly in the other Gears of War, but that gun is just so overpowered because every single person uses it and they don't use anything else, and you just get blasted with shotguns all the time. It's not fun. And the chainsaw on the Lancer is a little bit weaker than I remember it to be from the other Gears of War titles, and I think that the range could be improved a little bit on that. But that goes as far as gun balance. But in terms of the game, I was expecting a lot more. Like I said, the frame rate and everything and the graphics were really good. But other than that, everything else kind of reminded me of why I did not enjoy the other Gears of War Online experiences. And that's where I kind of have it. I expected something greater, and it just turned out to be, well, this isn't really that fun. There was really no reason, there's really not any reason to rank up either, to be completely honest. There's nothing. That's my honest thoughts about Gears of War. Is it a fun game? Yeah, it's a fun game for a few matches, but they're, ultimately, I think that they should, I know this is a beta too, but there's just simple things that they could improve upon. Honestly, make it so you can see who you're playing against. If I'm playing in a party, and there's people on my team that I'm playing with, I want to see people's names so I know who it is. If I'm the same guy and I'm looking around, I can't see who I'm looking at, you know? It makes it so confusing. And also, there are two other major problems which I wanted to talk about here, and that is the fact that, yes, I know that this happened in previous Gears of Wars as well, but people always, and I mean always, camp the power weapons. There is no guaranteeing who will get it unless you just rush the spawn and into the power weapon zone and you could just get it. Now, it's so cheap because honestly, like, there should be another system of who gets the power weapon. It should be maybe who has the most kill, or something like that, instead of who rushes to get the power weapon and then just camps it. Like, you shouldn't be able to camp with it. That's the one problem that I have. Like, people on the damn map in the beta go to the back to get the torque bow and just sit their asses there the entire game fucking camping with it. That's a problem that I have, and that something about that needs to be fixed. And the other problem that I have is I don't know why the game mode is called Team Deathmatch. The main game mode is called Team Deathmatch when, number one, like I mentioned before, you can't see who you're playing with. You can't see the names of your teammates, which is a huge problem. There's no map, so you don't know where your teammates are, and you can get flanked from anywhere. So honestly, Team Deathmatch in this game is more like free-for-all. Honestly, what they should do, instead of having a respawn system where it's like, oh, you have so many respawns until the game is over, make a game mode called Team Deathmatch, which goes up to a 50 or whatever kill limit you want, and just have it a regular team deathmatch like any normal other game. And then, from there, call that game mode Team Deathmatch. Then make another game mode and call it Deathmatch, and have this game mode that's already called Team Deathmatch, replace that with Deathmatch. That is what Deathmatch is. It's just a respawn. You keep respawning until the other team runs out of respawns. That should be Deathmatch. Team Deathmatch should be more team-orientated. Right now, the Team Deathmatch game mode, as it has always been in Gears of War, is not a Team Deathmatch. It's just a regular Deathmatch, and that's the way that I see it. And it's just simple things like that. There's no mini-map, there's no hit markers. The text used to always be small like that, but who can honestly see that, you know? It should be bigger than what it is to, not like ultimately like hugely big, but I think that it should be somewhat bigger so you can see the text pop up like, oh, you got this many points for killing this, instead of being in size like 8 font, you know? So those are my thoughts on Gears of War. Just, it needs something new added to it. Like, keep the core functionality, how you run around, the gunfights like that, but there just needs to be something else added into it, a lot of other extra small things to make the game playable, instead of feeling like I'm playing Gears of War 3 with just better graphics and a better frame rate. That's honestly what I felt. But if you have fun and have any tips for me to continue on playing the beta and even picking up Gears of War 4 when it comes out, you can let me know down below, because I know there are a lot of experienced players out there. I'm just not one of them. I'm coming from a noob side of things. So, you know, take that for what you will for this video. If you are also a noob, then you understand where I'm coming from. It was pretty hard to pick up this game, and that's why this game is really for only hardcore Gears of War players. But, you know, I thought I'd give it another try since Gears of War 4. Obviously, it's free, so why not? The beta's free, so why not try it? And, you know, that's what I think. So, I'll see you on the next video. I'm NinjaGeek. I'm out. And peace.